Live from your ESG underbelly. Woo! Come on, someone.
My underbelly is really big right now, so.
It's a Business Pants Friday show here at May 12th, Lane Studios, featuring all your favorites. Ari, the Data Queen, you already heard her. I think that's all you're allotted this week, Ari, just that one phrase.
Done.
Jesse, the Money Whisperer, and BS Man Matt Mascardi.
Yes, he's excited when he says my name.
I know.
You guys
that's
are just,
weird.
You guys are just
Well, he
lame
has the
extras.
most love on LinkedIn, so I like to promote him.
Yeah.
Jesse has no love on LinkedIn. On today's weekly wrap-up,
I tried so hard.
Or in Hot Chat 3000.
Elon Musk sneaks into the story of the week late last night. The Man Group does not understand its name, AI-powered biggie bags, and the exhaustion of tipping fatigue. Yeah, woo!
Woo! So I got rid of the AI-powered biggie bags story because I didn't.
Oh.
But I'll tell you about it anyway.
See, this is what happens when you start 5 minutes early.
You know, when I saw a headline about AI writing emails, I thought of you immediately.
Why?
Because they could write your emails and you hate writing emails.
Well, I hate everything.
So.
Everybody does.
I mean,
everybody hates writing
This
emails.
is so great.
Wait a minute. You just encapsulated emails, but
Yeah.
you should open that up and say I hate basically all things.
This is
So
why
we love
Slack
AI.
wins.
Got
Except
it.
us.
All right,
Matt,
let's
how
do
could you
this.
get rid of AI-powered biggie bags? Well,
Because I don't know who the asshole is. I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
You can tell me.
Let's go. Let's
All right,
go.
let's do this.
Story of the week.
Story of the week. You ready for this?
Ready?
The news story of the week became last night. Elon Musk says he's found a new Twitter CEO.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Wait.
I actually love this story.
She will be starting in approximately 6 weeks. Of course, only Elon Musk would tell us that they found a new CEO and not tell us who the person is. That's
It's so intriguing.
pure Elon childish behavior.
Although they think they know who it is.
The early reports out of the Wall Street Journal is that it is Linda Yaccarino, who is the NBC Universal advertising chief. She just stepped down, so more
they
indications
need
pointing to
advertising
Linda.
money, right?
So when Twitter was a public company, 90% of its revenue came from ad sales, and they're now partnering with horrible Tucker Carlson, so they're going to need even more ways to convince advertisers to stick around because unless you forgot, most of his advertisers bailed from his show on Fox News.
Well, not the ones that sell gold.
Or pillows.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of pillows and gold to put the gold
Or
under.
bunkers.
Pillows
That's your
full of
first-
gold.
That's the first story of the week. I don't know if anyone else is...
I love the
Yeah.
collective whiplash that must have happened when it's like, I'm announcing a new CEO. It's like, screech. What did he
Exactly.
say?
Yeah, isn't that kind of woke?
No.
Well,
No.
This
it
is
might
his
be...
MO.
It's actually perfectly in line with what everyone else does, where he makes the woman the CEO and he becomes the executive chair and owns the
Keeps
company.
all the power, yeah.
So Elon said his role will transition to being executive chair and chief technology officer, overseeing product, software, and SysOps, meaning he's not going anywhere.
You literally gave nothing to her. What does she do?
What he has effectively done is create the
Bringing the money.
glassiest cliff in the history of corporations, right? Because everyone thinks Twitter is a train wreck and about to get worse. So he's
mess.
probably done the most anti-woke hire ever and handed it over to a woman. But maybe, who knows? Maybe she'll turn it around.
All right, what's our next story?
Number 2 story of the week, which was formerly the number 1 story of the week that we reported on Monday. There was a big article in the New York Times about Liz Holmes. Liz Holmes wanted to forget about Elizabeth.
Liz.
I'm
This is
shocked she
Elizabeth
didn't
Holmes.
go for Lizzie.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's not a very
Lizzie
mom
Holmes.
name, though. She's trying to be taken seriously as a mom.
Is she?
Elizabeth
Yeah.
Holmes, for those of you who have forgotten, is the Theranos CEO and founder who is about to go to prison for 11 years. And another reason why I'm plugging the story is that our next edition of Business Pants Corporate Theater features all Liz Holmes story, including the making of Liz, auditioning for new Liz's, a great conversation between Liz and her weird husband, Billy Evans. It's a good show.
Do you think she ever considered Betsy?
I don't know. my second story of the week is the question: are white men still winning? I have 3 stories here.
To answer your
My
question.
guess is yes.
Yeah, my
but
guess is
please
yes.
Did
tell
you hear
us.
about the driveway?
Yeah, exactly. First, what I just alluded to, Goldman Sachs has agreed to pay $215 million to settle with former and current female employees who allege the bank systematically discriminated against women.
Do you know how many women, do you know what that's going to come out to for these women?
I don't know the specifics of the case, but it seems to be a small drop in the pool of resources over there at Goldman Sachs.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that I looked at our own data. You can tell that there has been a problem at Goldman Sachs in this regard over the past few years, because 5 of the last 7 directors that they have appointed are women, and companies, you will see that they usually do this in times of these types of crises, right? They usually bring on women to deal with horrific, systematic cases of discrimination like this. So it's no surprise to me that's the case over at Goldman Sachs. But will anything happen to the CEO? Will anything happen to other executives? It doesn't look like it. The second bit of proof to answer the question, are white men still winning? The headline is "Shameful and a Disaster." CNN blasted after lie-filled Trump town hall.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump is found to have committed sexual abuse, right, in court a day before. The next day, or 2 days later, he goes on a victory tour making fun of the decision. He's on CNN, and again, the reason why I'm pointing this out is that CNN...
How did he end up on CNN?
CNN is failing and looking for eyeballs. So the reason why I covered this story is that CNN is owned by a publicly traded company in our database, Warner Brothers Discovery. I looked in at Warner Brothers Discovery in our data. First of all, only 3 of 14 board members are women. That is extremely low in 2023. And second of all, there's a massive power gap. According to our data, they represent 21% of the board, but only 13% of total influence.
Wow.
Not only that, but the board chair is a white man. The CEO is a white man. The chair of the nomination committee is an 82-year-old white man. 82-year-old white man. As far as corporate leadership goes, they have 15 people in corporate leadership. Only 3 women, and none of those women are involved with any real decision making, because they are the chief people and culture officer, the chief accounting officer, and the general counsel. So they have no role in anything there other than some administrative stuff. And finally, all top 5 named executives at Warner Brothers Discovery are all white men. So is this a surprise? I don't know. I'm not saying that this is cause and effect, but I'm just telling you what our data shows about this company. And finally, Bob Huggins, West Virginia basketball coach, he used some pretty horrible anti-gay slurs on a radio show this week. Pretty nasty stuff. He sounded pretty proud of what he was saying. This is not like a mistake he made. And
terrible.
What happened? Did he lose his job? You would think, right? Being at an important job at a university where you're making over $4 million a year, which is probably more than the president of that university. What happens? He gets a 3-game suspension and a $1 million salary cut. That's it.
Wow.
What?
So there you go. That's my second story. Is, are white men still winning?
Did he give a very weak apology?
He gave a very
too?
weak apology, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Fire him.
He says there are
hate that.
consequences for our words and actions, and I will fully accept any coming my way.
Oh.
Yeah, but he doesn't care.
Here's
Was there
1 million.
even a sorry in there?
There was, but it's clear from the original tapes that this is how he feels, and he really doesn't care. He was probably just told to make a statement.
What college? was
West
he on
Virginia.
again?
It doesn't matter, though. I mean,
Okay.
does it matter what? Really, honestly?
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
And this is just a stupid basketball coach.
I just
so.
had a hunch it was going to be in the South.
Right. The third, that's the third story. My fourth story of the week. Some good news. On Tuesday, Aspira Women's Health became the first public company to have an all-women board of directors.
Ooh,
Can't believe it.
what?
I honestly can't believe it took this long. A milestone in a corporate environment where just over a quarter of Russell 3000 board seats are filled by women. So look, this is according to this reporting, this is the first one, but it seems like there had to have been at least a few others, but so it's good news, but nonetheless shocking that it took so long. So this is Aspira Women's Health, the first public company to have an all-women board. Those are my 4 stories of the week.
I'm shocked that I didn't hear about this. Well, good thing I listen to you.
Yeah,
It'll be cool to track the board and see how they do, and
I'll tell you,
give us
Ari,
something to compare.
Yeah, it's a small company, and these type of stories are not typically picked up upon, I guess.
Do you know who they're backed by?
I don't. You mean who owns them?
Yeah.
We can follow up on next week's Woke Wednesday show.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
So those are my 4 stories. Do you guys want to vote?
Can you recap?
Yes,
them,
of course.
please?
It's been a weird show. New CEO at Twitter. We believe it is chief NBC Universal advertising chief Linda Yaccarino. Liz Holmes wants you to forget about Elizabeth. That was a piece in the New York Times. White men are still winning, and first public company to have an all-women board, Aspira Women's Health.
I think, white men still winning, those headlines, I have seen them all over the place, mostly because a couple of them have the shock factor, right? Like CNN, everyone's like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
What are you doing, CNN? But I'm going to go with Elon Musk's
unfortunately
new Twitter CEO.
I know. I really didn't want to.
I don't know if this is career suicide or what, but
I didn't want to vote that as well. But that's what I'm going to go with too. That is story of the week.
Yeah, I mean the reality is that Twitter is not a publicly traded company, so unfortunately it's not a company under our purview. But since Elon Musk is a CEO everywhere else, it's still a story we talk about, because right when he announced that, of course, the stock price at Tesla started going up, because now shareholders are relieved that he won't be so busy. But I don't believe it, frankly. It doesn't sound like he's really going to be doing much less. It just sounds like he's finding someone else to blame if the ship goes down. But we'll see.
I actually do want to know what he does between Tesla, SpaceX, and I'm sure he does absolutely nothing at the Boring Company, right?
The Boring Company doesn't seem to be doing anything, so you're probably right.
They don't do it. The whole company doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. They just go dig holes. That's cool.
It's not cool. It's the holes for cars. It's not even for public transportation.
True.
I think it's cool to have a company that does something so simple and makes you a lot of money.
Well,
I'm adding the makes you a lot of money thing in there.
If you do think it's cool, as Matt teased in a previous show, the Business Pants Corporate Theater will be performing at the Fringe Festival in Portland, Maine. 4 shows, and the subject of the performance is the Boring Company.
And we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay,
want
there
to
you
meet
go.
us in real life,
Yeah.
It's called the
come meet
Boring
us at Port
Company.
Fringe.
All right, so that's story of the
Love that.
week.
Asshole of the week.
Here's asshole number 1. Elon Musk's new Glass Cliff CEO is the asshole of the week. Look, Musk is always an asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so choosing him is too obvious. She, in no particular order, has been cited, Linda Yaccarino, has been cited as a top 100 female executive heroes championing women in business and driving gender diversity in the workplace. A New York Women's Impact Report said she was making a massive impact, impacty stuff in media. She's the Inclusive Leader Award. She won that. She won the Mac Dane Award for Humanitarian Excellence.
Oh, he's going to
Does she drink
her.
Bud Light, though, Matt?
She is literally Elon's normalcy beard. This is terrible.
She forgot
Cheryl
about her value.
What are you
Sandberg
doing,
to the
Linda?
rescue.
What are you doing?
Do you think he just offered her a ton of money?
I mean,
Absolutely.
he doesn't offer a ton of money. I think it clearly is an approximation to power thing, right? Like get closer to power.
Maybe it's a challenge, you guys. This is a shit show, a dumpster on fire. I can put it out.
All right, number 2. And this is where I had AI biggie bags. but I
was
replaced it
looking
with
forward
just plain going to the store because I read this story. Amazon is offering shoppers $10 to pick up purchases in store as delivery costs soar.
Where's the Amazon store? Where is the store?
Yeah. What?
Amazon's whole business model is we bring it to you.
Yeah.
You order, we bring it to you in 12 minutes.
But Matt,
That's too hard. Here's $10.
Matt, you know I would do that though. I would be there getting that $10 bill.
I mean,
You would drive an hour to go
Yes.
what
get that
is
$10.
this?
Free
This is
anything.
ridiculously stupid.
I mean, if I only
Where
have
are
to-
the stores?
If I
Yeah,
only
where are
have
the
to go to Whole
stores?
Foods to get it, I will go get it.
It
on
is
my
whole,
way
it's
over.
Whole Foods,
Foods.
Kohl's.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they'll bring it to, they'll drop it to any one of the stores.
Hell yeah. I'll pick it out of the freaking truck.
And then finally, billionaires feuding, mattering more than lying about elections. Here's the story. Peter Nygaard ordered to pay billionaire neighbor $203 million in defamation damages after a driveway feud escalated to accusations of arson and Ku Klux Klan links.
What are you talking about, Matt?
So in 2005, Peter Nygaard, who is a fashion designer and has been accused of sex trafficking, rape, racketeering, every number of horrid things.
Okay.
He attempted to, he had a parking problem at his Bahamian mansion because he was throwing parties and had no place to put the cars. So he paves a giant thing that goes into his neighbor, who have a shared driveway, his neighbor's yard. His neighbor complains, gets a court order, removes the thing, and then Nygaard gets angry, so accuses him, like has late parties and accuses him of like, you know, all sorts of stuff. And then Louis Bacon, who's the guy who won the lawsuit, he actually took a bunch of speakers and pointed them at Nygaard's house and blasted sound at his house.
Okay.
And then Nygaard had them stolen and removed, but denies having done it.
Matt, this is
and
a terrible
Nygaard
story.
accused him of being cited like close to a murder, like all crazy. These are a 500 millionaire guy and a billionaire guy.
What are
feuding.
they doing?
And
Too much
here's
time.
why they're
Yeah.
potential asshole. Because defaming
Potential
your-
asshole. What do you mean? I'm already sold.
Well-
I'm already ready to vote on this one.
defaming your billionaire neighbor is worth 25% of defrauding the entire American public. The defamation settlement for Fox and Dominion was $787 million. This lawsuit settled for $203 million.
gosh.
25% of defrauding the American public is two billionaires feuding over a driveway.
And Matt,
This
That's
sounds
where we're at.
exhausting to me.
And Matt, what the story that I was going to cover before, Goldman Sachs agreed to pay $215 million to settle with former and current female employees who allege the bank systematically discriminated against women.
If only they defamed
If only it was a
them,
driveway was involved.
All right, you guys vote. I got to go get my daughter.
Damien, you vote first.
I'm full in on the billionaires feuding.
the billionaire feuds.
It just sounds like a bunch of horrible children.
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta agree with
I'm
that.
done when I heard the.
He really sold that one.
You know, I'm going to go with going to the store. Not that it matters at this point.
Why?
But the fact that Amazon started this whole revolution thing and then actually has
The audacity.
brick mortar stores, not Amazon, not Whole Foods, not Kohl's, but like they actually built the Amazon Go stores. Not that I've ever seen one in my life because I think
I think
there's
they're
very few.
failing.
They are.
Oh, good. But
Wait,
just the idea.
But isn't this progress or not progress? I thought delivery was.
I don't know.
horrible.
I don't know how to
Okay.
feel. It's like they went in there, they messed everything up, they screwed everything up, and now we're going back.
But at least they're offering you $10.
And they're coming out on top.
Yeah, I don't know. But you're wrong.
You know,
'cause- yeah.
when they take over USPS, like, come talk to me.
It doesn't matter. Jesse and I voted for the billionaire feuds. That's your asshole of the week.
Goodliest of the week.
Matt had to step away, so let's just go right to you, Ari. Goodliest of the week.
All right. Goodliest of the week this week.
Let's go, Ari.
For my first story, if you listened to the show yesterday, we did
I did.
cover it very briefly. But top French bank, BNP Paribas, to stop funding new gas projects. This is France's largest lender, and they will no longer provide any financing dedicated to the development of new oil and gas fields, the bank said on Thursday. And it also closed some important loops that activists have been annoyed about, and that is indirect funding of gas projects via loans to involved companies, as well as the bank's handling of corporate bonds.
That's important,
so,
right? I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, they're closing some loops.
Have we found any reporting that suggests that this is a bit of greenwashing, or does it all seem good so far, Ari?
I think they're just feeling the pressure. I don't think it is them pretending to be doing something.
Right.
I think
well,
they have a long way to go.
It's good there's pressure.
It's a small step, but I think they're just responding to the pressure.
Good. That's why we're here, Ari.
Yeah,
we're here to pressure people.
Yesterday.
I think it's because
we're
of us.
We're here to pile it on.
Because of us.
Pile it on. Don't wait till 2030.
No.
BNP. Do it right now. You can do it right now, BNP. See?
They are, Ari. They're already doing
intimidating.
it. Yell at some other bank.
So intimidating.
Do more. All right.
What
number
else?
2. Man Group.
Picks. What? Yeah. What is, first of all, okay, I got to ask, what is Man Group?
Yeah. What?
What is with the name? But it's the world's largest publicly listed hedge fund.
You know, I didn't even know this. I don't think I've ever come across Man Group.
You know what's going to be so interesting is that you chose this for Goodliest, and I also chose this for Exhaustingest.
Nice.
So we're gonna get a couple different perspectives on this story.
Well, what's happening at Man Group, Ari?
Oh, first of all, their name is Man Group. That's probably the exhaustingest part.
Yeah.
LOL.
It's a strange name.
They picked all-female top team as CEO Ellis retires.
Wow, okay.
So their CEO retired, and Man Group appointed a woman as the CEO for the first time in its 240-year history.
Is it Linda Yaccarino?
No.
Okay.
Robin Grew.
Okay.
She was, she's previously been CEO, and she was a president. She's been at the firm since 2009. So it appears to be like she has been groomed for this role.
Groomed in a good way. Mm-hmm.
In a good way. Yep. And she now joins the first female chair, Ann Wade, who became chair a couple months ago. It's this one top, 1-2 punch.
I love it. Ari,
that is a first for this.
Did you? I didn't realize Man Group was a publicly traded company. Do we cover them in our database?
Yes, I checked.
And did anyone look at some of our stats?
Yes, they have a lot of all-stars on their team. Okay. Ann Wade actually has 17% influence on the board currently, even though she wasn't chair. So she so our data reflects before she became chair. Okay. Yes.
So we don't have updated influence numbers. So we can run that and report on that.
I think the article said that she won't actually be chair until later this year. Okay. So we won't have that data. But as it stands, she's on the board and has quite a bit of influence. They have, I think, over 10 directors. So for her to be 10% or 17% influence is great.
What's the total female influence on the board per our last data dump, Jesse?
Influence female, 33%. There is a gender power gap of 17%.
Oh, so the board is half women, though?
Let me tell you.
It must be. I can do that math, Jesse. I'm not
it is. It's half women.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's not that surprising. The Man Group has already been female forward.
Well, now it's gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pushing them to the top.
But not at leadership.
Okay,
so.
Now it's pushing them to the top.
The signs on the board were that they were not unlike Warner. What is it called now? Warner Brothers Media? Discovery. They're not female avert. They're not scared of women, Jesse, is what I'm getting at. They only have a 10-person board, and they have 2 more female directors than.
They're not scared of women, and apparently they haven't been scared of women for a long time, even though their name is Man Group.
Well, I'm going to ask you this, Ari, before you get to your next story. Are they going to change their name?
No.
Okay.
No.
Woman Group not in the cards?
MXN Group. No.
What else do you have?
All right. And for my last story, new defamation suit against Fox signals continued legal threat.
Good. Get at them.
The former head of a now defunct disinformation governance board at the Department of Homeland Security is suing Fox News for defamation after allegedly demeaning her 300 times over 8 months.
Okay, that seems low for Fox News. Yeah.
Her name is Nina Jankowicz.
Yeah.
And she is a specialist in Russian misinformation. Like, this is what she does as her job.
Mm-hmm.
This is her qualification. And she left her job to defend against foreign misinformation campaigns because of the onslaught of criticism.
She left her job because of the criticism. She left her job at the Department of Homeland Security.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because she was mocked and just demeaned.
Right, I'm sure.
Constantly on television. And, you know, that is not
it's their whole business
something
model.
Easy to take for any person, I'm sure, especially outside of the, you know, entertainment industry.
Yeah.
But for just your normal bureaucrat that is trying to fight disinformation, it must be so extremely disheartening. So good for her for suing. And legal analysts were drawing parallels between this suit and the Dominion settlement that happened, saying how, you know, she has a really good chance of getting a lot of money. So go get that money. Get that money, girl.
Let's
go, Nina.
The only reason why I wouldn't vote for this is that the one part of this that makes me sad is that you said it's the now defunct Disinformation Governance Board. Why does it have to be defunct?
I was confused about that.
Why does that have to? Why do we have to get rid of that? Did Trump get rid of that?
I don't know. Ask Fox News.
No, that's the Department of Homeland Security. That's not Fox News' purview.
Right.
Yeah, as she was saying that, I actually did a quick Google to make sure that I understood what the word defunct was because it wasn't adding up to me. I knew what it was,
Jesse,
but in this
don't
context,
admit that out loud.
In this context, I was like, wait, how are they doing this
it
if
doesn't
it's
exist
defunct
anymore?
I'll tell you, Jesse, because one of the things that Donald Trump did was dismantle a lot of our institutions like this, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And stripped power away from a lot of institutions, even if you didn't close them down.
Jesse, do you have a vote?
So those are my three.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let me wrap up. Sorry. Top BNP Paribas stops funding new gas projects. Man Group picks first all-female top team, and a new defamation suit against Fox.
I'm choosing Fox. The defamation suit.
Really?
Yeah. Good list.
You just want Fox to keep getting hammered.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd like that, but I'm gonna go old-fashioned here and let Ari decide the true goodliest. I and not just because everyone thinks I'm a Francophile, but Matt has yet to tell me the bad news about this, whether this is greenwashing or not. But I like any bank stepping up and stopping these projects. I think it should be bigger news. I think it's awesome. I'm here for it. So I'm gonna pick that story, Ari. So what do you think is the actual good leads of the week?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to go with the bank too. Matt ran away and he's not here to tell us
that
all
we're
the
wrong.
terrible things. But you know what? I think that's what it takes. Banks doing this thing.
Look, it's a small trickle, right?
And when Nina Jankowicz wins her
we'll put her back.
Suit,
We'll put her back.
She's going to be my winner for
sure.
It.
I love it. That's Goodliest of the Week. BNP stops funding new gas projects.
Exhaustingest of the week.
Jesse the Money Whisperer.
I'm up.
Here to exhaust us.
Yes, I am. All right, we're going to start. This was a really fun article that I found this week, and it highlighted a lot of golden goodbyes. You guys know what these are?
Oh, hell yes.
You heard of this phrase?
Golden parachutes. Yeah, go ahead. Tell the audience.
Okay, so for those that are unaware, golden goodbyes are CEOs who scored massive payouts despite being fired. So I'm just going to go over a couple that you probably know the names of, and we're gonna go over what they got, what they walked away with, even though they were fired. So First up, Bob Chapek, Disney.
Of course.
He walked away with $24.1 million pay package, and he's set to receive severance payments totaling more than $20 million.
So $44 million for
Yep.
roughly 2 years of service. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he was at Disney before, but still, that's a big chunk
Yep.
of change. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Good for him. Robert Nardelli, Home Depot.
Yeah, Bob.
Nardelli had been CEO.
Yeah,
Yep, Bob Nardelli. CEO for 6 years, during which time Home Depot stock fell by 6%, while Lowe's stock increased by 188%.
Wow.
Winner.
So a real good performer, really strong performer. Nardelli's severance payment was $210 million, and it
Wow.
included $20 million cash.
Unnecessary.
$20 million cash.
Completely unnecessary.
How many people do you have to hire to transport 20 million cash into his car?
So great. What
you,
kind of
Jesse.
car do you think you drove?
A Hummer.
Had to. All right. Next up, Leo Apotheker, Hewlett Packard. We actually have two people from Hewlett Packard.
Oh.
HP.
Apotheker only served as Hewlett Packard's HP CEO for 11 months before he
Okay.
was fired. And he walked away with $7.2 million in cash severance, as well as $18 million in stock.
So $25 million
11 months.
for 11 months.
Not even
We
a year.
need those jobs.
I don't even
Yeah.
know.
That's what we need.
What does Hewlett Packard even do anymore? I don't know. What do they do?
I don't know.
That he's getting $25 million.
Printers.
Like, if I ever see an HP, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, not a good
Still-
reputation.
they still buy
Sorry.
things there? Yeah, go ahead. Who else?
All right. Hank McKinnell.
Oh, yeah.
Pfizer.
This is a famous one. I know
Pfizer.
this one.
Do you know? You know how much? Wanna
It's
take a guess?
hundreds of millions. I know that.
Yes. Company's market value sharply declined during his leadership. He left in 2007 and received approximately $199 million in compensation. So 200 mil, which included 12 million severance and 82 million lump sum pension payment.
Crazy.
And then we're going to end off with Mark Hurd, another HP.
Okay.
Hurd was forced to resign amid a sexual harassment inquiry.
Horrible.
So forced to resign, terrible. He received 12.2 million severance payment, as well as stock worth approximately 16 million.
This goes to prove, right, Ari, that it's important to have a very strong network on your board. It's important to be surrounded by your friends and buddies and other CEOs, because that this guy would get this much money meant that other board members are just taking care of their own, right?
Well, and I did try to do I did try to dig in and channel my inner analyst.
Yeah.
But I'm new with the data. But there is, surprisingly, there's a very, I forget her name. There's a very influential female that's chair of pay committee. And so I'm just kind of wondering, like, what's up with her?
Well,
Like,
Mark, but
and
when
she's
did-
extremely
yeah.
connected.
When did Mark Hurd step down, though? It was a while ago, no?
Yeah, it was a while ago, but she was on the board.
Okay.
And she has like 100 connections. She's extremely connected.
Well, that's part of the problem,
So-
right? I mean, if it's a
I know.
if it's a
But
tight
I
network,
love how all the names on this list are men.
I was just frustrated.
true.
Oh, of course. I was
and
just
two
frustrated
Bobs.
because what's up with those Bobs? Okay, anyways, that's exhausting. Like, you
Yeah.
could do a terrible job and get millions to hundreds of millions of dollars.
even
just
worse,
like, here.
Jesse. Even worse, you could be involved in a sexual harassment inquiry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, crazy.
And get 16 mil. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up. Could a frozen ancient virus thawed by climate change cause the next pandemic?
Yes.
What do you
I'm gonna
guys
say yes.
Okay, a warming climate could release ancient pathogens such as bacteria and viruses that have been frozen in permafrost in the polar regions for millennia.
Cool.
I just think that
Is this what's going to bring Russia down?
maybe, but
think they're
this
bringing
is
themselves
exhausting
down
to
already.
me because we literally just covered a headline yesterday about how COVID-19 is no longer an emergency, and we're already discovering that there are looming pandemics happening because of climate change.
And
That
let's
we're not
forget-
prepared for.
Yeah, and let's not forget,
That
Jesse,
we are,
that
yeah.
this next pandemic, nobody's going to listen to anybody.
I know. Well,
Right?
yeah, and now that was fake and this wasn't, and so yes, it's going to be a disaster. So that exhausts me.
When's
All right.
When's Fauci going to sue Fox News? When's everybody going to sue Fox News? How do they even
I
exist?
hope everybody
Fox?
sues Fox News.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would open up the floodgates.
Yeah.
All right,
What
my
else?
last article, we've already heard. Ari Cover, the world's largest hedge fund, is getting its first female CEO. The exhausting part, obviously, to me, is that it took 240 years.
Shameful.
This Man Group was founded in 1783.
Wow.
You can imagine why
this
the
is
name is Man Group.
Oh, this is a UK-based group. Okay,
It's
this is
UK.
Okay.
Can't you just see like a bunch of men in 1783? They're like, we want to start this hedge fund. What should we name it? Oh, I know.
It must have been someone's last
Maybe
name.
Can you please do
Manchester,
extra end?
Man
Can
U,
you do
maybe.
a corporate theater sketch on this, please?
I think we will. I think it was probably maybe it was Manchester. Maybe it was based in Manchester.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll
see.
follow up. But I just think, like, seriously, it took you 240 years to realize that you need some females in some decision-making positions here. Like,
Jesse, I'm going to
we
add to
learned.
your.
We still haven't had a president,
That's true.
a female president.
Jesse, I'm going to add to your chagrin. I bet that there are men right now who are upset about this, who are involved with the Man Group, either work at the
Sure.
Man Group or invest in the Man Group, and they're probably
Sure.
Do
rolling
you
their
think
eyes.
they're saying, ugh, they only got that job because
Yes.
they're women?
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
I do have to say, though, that Robin Grew is also LGBT. So
Okay.
props to them for adding some
Double
diversity,
diversity. Yeah, I love it.
there. But yeah, so I just can't believe it took 200. And of course, all the headlines are like 240 years, blah, blah, blah.
Of course,
Anyways,
we're all
kind of
overlooking the fact that
exhausts
it's a hedge fund, but we won't get into that.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding? That's where the lack of diversity is the greatest.
That's true. So I guess this
So
is good. I don't know if I feel
This
good
is
about
even
this.
better then.
Yeah.
We need evil people everywhere.
That's true, but this is
So
not the
this is-
goodliest category. This is exhausting.
I just love, I love that we both covered it because, like, it's good, but it's also like, really? It took
Yeah.
that long?
Yeah.
So, it's one of those.
All right,
feel you.
those are our three most exhausting stories of the week. Golden parachutes, golden goodbyes for failed CEOs, frozen ancient viruses coming to kill us, and Man Group gets its first female CEO after 240 years.
I just love this golden goodbye
You do?
summary. Yeah, and I love the fact that it's circulating, and I want focus on that. People.
Okay.
I like the spotlight on the golden goodbyes.
I don't know. I'm gonna think if I agree with you. Unfortunately, I've been doing this job for many years, so I'm very used to these golden goodbyes, these golden parachutes. As I am with their cousins, the golden hello, where they just they dump a bunch of money on you even before you've done a good thing. But let me see. Yeah, this is a tough one. Just for the sake of the game, Jesse, I might actually secretly agree with Ari here. But for the sake of the game, I'm going to pick that we're celebrating a company getting its first female CEO, despite it taking 240 years as being the most exhausting. So you can break the tie. What's exhausting you the most, Jesse, this week?
I'm going to agree with you, Damian.
Okay.
Just because it seems a little more timely, but don't get me wrong, the men reaping the benefit of poor performance is exhausting. Constantly exhausting.
And Ari's right, and it's something that we don't even talk about enough in our own country, but that we've never had a woman as a president is really just shameful. I was thinking too, New York City, basically the capital of our country, one of the most important cities in the world, never had a female mayor. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Those are our. Let me wrap up before we get to winners and predictions. The story of the week is that there's going to be speaking of female, there's a lot of female CEOs in the stories this week. A new CEO over at Twitter. We think it's Linda Yaccarino. Assholiest of the week is some fight of billionaires fighting in the Bahamas. I don't even want to talk about that. Goodliest of the week. France's biggest bank is stopping funding new gas projects, and exhaustingest of the week. It took 240 years to find a woman to run a company in England. So, winners? Anyone want to go with winners? Does anybody have winners?
The billionaire that just won against his neighbor.
That's your
Over
winner?
a driveway? Of
Yeah.
course he's my winner. First of all, he's a winner every day because he's a billionaire.
I
Second
guess
of all,
so.
He just got $200 million from his neighbor.
Except
to
he's
add-
probably...
That's just chump change.
But I'm going to be real with you, Ari. Despite him being a billionaire and already being a winner and living in the Bahamas, he probably moaned and groaned and whined about this for years.
Probably had a tantrum.
Are you kidding? This is giving him a life. This is
Okay.
This is him. He's just calling his friends and complaining about it, and he loves it.
Matt says the winner of the week is the name Liz. I guess that's true, right? Although I like Ari's suggestion. I like Betsy a little bit better. My winner is the infamous, really, the glass cliff. This is where we appoint women
That's a good one.
to take over shit shows, and then they really have nowhere to go but to fail. Because I've never heard of a more glass cliffy situation than taking over Twitter, really. Maybe everyone's wrong. Maybe there's life in Twitter. Maybe it'll survive. I hope it doesn't. But anyway, that's my winner is the glass cliff. Jesse, you have anything?
I do. Ringworm. Because apparently there are cases of drug-resistant ringworm. So ringworm is winning right now.
Oh, God. That's gloomy.
Which is disgusting. Yeah.
That's gloomy.
Ugh,
Just
I don't even
beware.
want to know.
I just wanted it to be a PSA. Like, just beware.
All right,
Be
you're bumming
clean.
me out. You're bumming me out.
That's my role here.
Predictions. Let me start because Matt and I basically had the same prediction. Matt says that the Twitter's new CEO is going to have less than 5% influence on the board. Unfortunately, Ari, we don't cover
Isn't that
Twitter
so
anymore.
sad?
I wish,
Right.
I wish they
They're
were publicly traded, but maybe they'll become publicly traded
I
again.
wish
Who
they were
knows?
still fun
Yeah.
and publicly traded.
And mine is basically the same prediction, which is that nobody, and I'm really thinking of the business news and the media in general. Nobody will refer to the new Twitter CEO Linda Yaccarino as when they're discussing Twitter decision making. It's still going to be all about Elon Musk, everything. So that's my prediction. Anyone else?
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with this concept, Damien, but when you post pictures of yourself on social media, you can also link, like if you did, say your house or, a picture of you wearing a cute outfit, you can link all your stuff. There are websites that let you link all your things so that people go and like buy it and then you get, a certain commission.
Oh,
So it's just,
okay.
it's very weird.
Like
right?
if I'm drinking Starbucks, I could link it to Starbucks?
No, if
okay.
you're wearing that sweatshirt and you post a picture of yourself, you're in front of the Eiffel Tower wearing that sweatshirt, you can say,
Sounds nice.
here's the link to go buy my sweatshirt.
Oh, my actual sweatshirt.
No.
No.
Oh, you mean the brand? The brand.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a
One
secondary
just like
market.
That would be cool if that was what
And
she
do
was
I need
describing.
permission? Do I need permission from that company?
No, because you're linking to that company.
So I could do it with Starbucks
paid? Is
too.
it affiliate?
And it's an affiliate
It's
drink.
affiliate, so you're getting paid by the company, like a percentage of.
Oh, but I can't just not everything I'm doing. I have to make it a partnership with them first.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I mean, by partnership, you mean like sign up online? Sure, yeah. But you don't,
All right,
you're
I'm
not
ready.
an influencer.
I'm
right?
ready.
However, this is the next thing. I think, especially fashion companies, they're just going to create holograms and they're going to send them out into the world.
Deep
And they're
fakes.
going to go walk around town wearing the next it clothing.
Oh,
And they're going to have a QR code in the back and you can just order from right there.
I don't like this.
They're going to be in line at Starbucks. They're going to be in, well, maybe not in schools because hopefully schools will ban them. But yeah, I think hologram ads are the next big thing in fashion.
I don't want to go deep on this subject because I know we're trying to wrap up, but this is the one part of the future that scares me the most, Ari, is that it's going to be hard to tell pretty soon what's real and what's not real. And eventually we're not going to care, I suppose. But the transition to like knowing what is deep fake, what's a hologram, what's created by AI, what video posted is not
People are just
is not
gonna
real.
go around
It's going
not
to be
punching, but like if you could put your hand through it, it's a hologram.
That's
Maybe
a
uncomfortable.
bummer.
So there, any predictions, you
thought it was
Jesse, or do you want to get out of here?
I have none.
All right, somebody take us out of here. That's our show for the week. Somebody wrap us up.
That was Friday wrap
Yes.
up. We We are business pants. That was David Rollis, Jesse the Money Whisperer, and I am Ari the Data Queen. Matt, BS Man, failed earlier, but that's fine. We'll see you guys next week on Monday for our Monday catch-up.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody.